Welcome to the Murfreesboro.com podcast, where we talk about all things Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Join host John I. Carey, his co-host Jonathan Harmon, and producer Trent Denson as they talk about all the great things happening in our city. From construction updates to local business spotlights to all the amazing events happening in our community. Listen in for all you need to know from Murfreesboro.com. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back, Murfreesboro.com 2.0.
That's it.
2 point.
No.
I was going to say 2 point, but sign doesn't work too well with that.
2 point.
Still doing my sign language again.
We're going to get it.
It's like
I know,
cut
right?
it out.
Yeah,
Remember?
very similar.
Uncle
Very
Joey.
similar.
Yeah, cut it out.
Classic. Full house forever. All right.
Full house forever. Didn't they brought that back for a season or something, didn't they?
Fuller house.
Full. Right. Was it any good? Anybody watch
didn't
it?
watch
No,
it.
it was terrible.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was awful.
I did not.
I got suckered into watching an episode, and I was like, I can't do this.
Really?
Just like blasphemy.
With all the same characters, right?
Except that the Olsen twins were like, nope, we're out.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, so there was no Michelle. I mean, so there was no moment.
Oh, yeah.
Those might be a little different now.
Yeah, just a slightly different character of all the characters. Okay, they can go.
All right.
Okay, anyways, back to it. Sorry. Hey, John, there we go. There for those watching. John and I Carey here.
Yep.
Jonathan Harmon, producer Trent.
Yes, sir.
And Jeff over there, always rolling
Holding
his
it
eyes
down.
at
Look,
us.
he is
Trying.
contemplative.
Yeah.
Do you like that word?
Man, that's impressive. I don't know what that means. Is that contemplating?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That works.
Yep.
Contemplative.
Wow.
Contemplative.
Man.
Word
I
of
said
the
it
day.
twice.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah.
Here we are, children. The word of the day is
Contemplative.
There we go.
Yes, I like that.
We just take
I
a
feel
picture.
smarter
of Jeff.
right now. In the dictionary.
That's
There we go.
right. You get a quarter. My mom used to do that when I was little. If I used a big word, she'd go, here's a quarter.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Taught my...
Man.
But dude, when I was little, I was like,
Thanks,
quarter.
Mom.
Heck yeah.
Thanks, Mom. Appreciate that.
I know,
You
yeah,
should have
right.
taken notes.
Love you too,
Yeah,
Mom.
love you.
Where's all my quarters?
Dude, nowadays it'd be like, give me $5.
Right.
Quarter won't get
Inflation's
you.
real, man.
Inflation, Mom. $5.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So in case you are watching right now and you can't tell, we're in a silly mood this
Yeah,
morning.
Yes.
we're
And,
chatty today.
Chatty.
Yes.
We don't have a special guest today,
No.
but we do have three special people.
Yes, we do.
Oh boy.
I actually have a shirt that says my mommy says I'm special.
We
Your
should
mom
wear
loves
those.
you apparently.
I
Quarters
guess
and
so.
a mommy says you're special
Well,
shirt.
yeah, I'm the last of 5 kids. And so,
You're the baby.
Oh, I see.
Yep,
As
yep.
an oldest, I'm sitting here going, yeah, whatever. Shut up.
yeah, screw you. I don't like it.
You're always the favorite.
But I did find out later on in life, though, all the stuff I thought I got away with, I didn't.
Yeah.
They knew about it.
Right.
They
That
just-
means
let
that you really did get away
Well,
with it.
excuse
Then.
me,
If
yes,
they knew
okay.
about it and you didn't get in trouble, that
Well,
is the definition of got away with
well,
it.
I thought they didn't know about it.
That's
And
funny.
We had like a family
That's even
reunion
worse,
thing.
man.
Oh, I know. Like we had like a little family reunion thing one time. We were like all telling stories.
Yeah.
My-
That's
it.
My
Yeah.
mom's going, yeah, no, I knew about
We
that.
knew all of
Youngest,
that.
all
youngest
about
are brats.
Yeah.
He's like, what? No. All these years, I thought I'd pull this off.
What
And
what
no.
order are you in succession there?
I'm one and only.
One.
Oh,
Always.
I know.
really?
I'm one of
Onlys are-
those.
Oh man.
One of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gift and a curse for sure.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, and my little brother did get away with everything.
That's
Like,
awesome.
everything.
They usually do. Yeah.
Yeah.
My friends to a lot of younger brothers.
Love you, Jeremy. Huh?
Oh man. What are we chatting today, guys?
What's our actual topic?
Producer
John?
Trent stepping in here. Let's get on
That's
topic.
right.
Pull us
He keeps
back
us-
in, buddy.
He keeps us online over here. Well, we, a lot of people write into the website and Facebook pages and whatnot with questions, and there's always, people want to know construction updates and different things like that. But, we get a lot now from, how a lot of people are moving to the area.
Yeah.
I'm getting tons of messages from people from out of state
Wow.
asking a bunch of questions.
Sure.
How's the market? How's this? How's that? And I was like, well, we have like the perfect people here to answer this. So, yeah.
Yeah.
He just called you perfect.
Yeah. I'll take it. That means a lot.
Well, that's what it was from the heart, man. It's from the heart, I'm telling you.
You need a shirt that says John I Carey thinks I'm special.
That would be pretty legendary. Troy C, fully promoted. Help us out.
I want to do that as a joke one day.
I
Come
know
in, all right,
one of
guys,
those
here we
John
go.
I Carey thinks I'm special.
I did it, y'all. Finally made it.
That's finally made it.
Started from the bottom now.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Trent.
Yo.
Wow.
So real estate market?
Yeah, yes, there we go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep,
Again,
yep,
back on
yep.
track.
No, this is good.
But
That's why he's the producer.
that's Trent, producer Trent, keeping us online. But no, I mean, a lot of people, they always write in one. A lot of people are asking about schools with the kids and different things like that, or what sides of town or different areas and stuff like that. But everybody, another one people write in asking is, we get a lot of people moving here.
Yeah.
How long do you think this is going to continue? How's the market? What's it looking like? These house prices, yada, yada, yada. So I was like, Mr. Harmon is the perfect man to ask all this.
Jay
stuff.
Harmon, home team. Step to the plate, please.
And I understand some of it's subjective, with schools and stuff. I'm a Seagull fan just because we live on that side of town. So,
well, let's unpack that. Let's start with that one.
Okay.
So, one of the things that we're drilled in real estate school is that we're not supposed to speak to anything that we don't know.
Zero
I remember
favoritism.
that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And
I remember that. I had to do that class. I remember that one.
And what I do know is when you look at stuff like state report cards, the quote unquote worst school in Rutherford County is still better than the best schools in some of our surrounding counties.
Right.
Yeah.
So hats off to our school board, to our teachers, to our principals, to our PTAs, to everybody, or PTO, whatever they call them. Everybody that's involved in Rutherford County schools, Murfreesboro City schools, are top notch.
Yeah.
So there isn't a bad school in Rutherford County. There just isn't.
Yeah.
There are different schools, and there are schools that are better at different things.
Right.
Right. There are schools that have different cultures, if you will. Right.
Yeah.
But there's not a bad school in Rutherford County. There just isn't.
Yeah.
So, and especially in comparison to surrounding areas. Right. So that's a good thing, and that's part of what drives
all these prices.
Well, it drives prices. It drives people coming in. It drives demand. And like everybody, if you ask anybody around which county has the best schools, they're all going to say Williamson County.
Right.
Yeah,
right. And here's the thing: when you look at that state report card, they're like 1.3 points ahead of us on the state report card.
I didn't know it was that close.
It's super close.
Yeah.
They just do a better job of marketing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we're the best kept secret.
Yeah.
And so if you compare house prices, bang for your buck,
It's night and day.
It's no comparison.
Yeah.
And so that's
1.3 ads, like 1.3 million.
Million, yeah. Just put an M after that.
That's right. So it's, that's what has driven Rutherford County for a long time. And, the question about how long will it last? Well, the reality is, guys, it's lasted a long time.
Yeah.
And I mean, even through the downturn, when you look at basically anywhere else outside of Middle Tennessee, in 2008, 2009, 10, and 11, everywhere else, if you mapped it out like a roller coaster, we would barely even be a kiddie coaster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it just
Here we go.
I mean, don't misunderstand. There were people that were hurting. There were houses lost. There were issues. We definitely had a downturn, but it wasn't anything like some of the other parts of the country.
Yeah.
Nothing like it. And so people they like it here. Right. Proximity to Nashville. Say what you want to say about 24. Ease of travel.
It's not bad. I'm sorry.
Not compared to like an LA
oh my gosh.
or somewhere
It's
like
just-
that.
Go through Atlanta.
Yeah,
oh
just-
my
forget it.
God,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It
And
takes
Atlanta's
you
6-lane highway?
Yeah.
6 lanes parking lot. That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah.
kill me. Yeah, I'm
Proximity
out on that.
to airport, proximity to water, proximity
Yeah, right.
to
Just-
rail. As far as logistics and such, this is a prime spot. You can be just about anywhere that you would want to be on the eastern side of the
Right.
United States in like 8 hours or less.
Exactly.
So people love it here. Our weather, it's hot right now, but it's
crazy.
It's not as hot as the hottest
Fluctuates,
places.
yeah.
It doesn't get as cold as
We
the
got
coldest
seasons,
places.
seasons.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, people like moving here.
Yeah.
Well, and wasn't it? I know this was a couple of years ago, but at one point, I remember Rutherford County and then Murfreesboro was like the fastest growing in the country. But didn't Smyrna got rated like best place to retire or something like
Smyrna,
that? And then Laverne was rated something.
2 different years, Smyrna was like number 3 and 4 respectively.
Okay.
Best places to retire, and again, that goes back to ease of travel, proximity, access to healthcare. Yeah. Holy cow, y'all!
It's the healthcare mecca of the
my
Southeast for sure.
It's crazy. And Murfreesboro, Rutherford County, and Murfreesboro, depending on exactly which study it is, they've been in the top 5 to 10 for fastest growing municipalities
For like a decade.
Oh, at least. Forever.
Yeah.
So, and we've got great builders. We've still have land. It's expensive, more expensive than it used to be, but we still have land. We have, Smyrna, Laverne, Murfreesboro. By and large, we have fantastic management of the resources at the government level, Rutherford County as well. We're not without problems, but
right.
But overall, and especially compared to other places, it's all relative, right? I mean, Smyrna's got it going on. Mayor Reed is doing a fantastic job. Mayor McFarland is doing a fantastic job here. I don't know the Laverne mayor very well, but those two in particular are killing it right now with how they're managing our resources.
Oh, yeah. And I know even Jeff lives in Smyrna, and he showed me a couple things going on out there, and we looked up the plans and stuff, and they're booming just like we are out there. There's a lot of building going on.
And they've got a strategy. Yeah. That's the thing. There's a vision there. Murfreesboro, Smyrna, Rutherford County, Laverne, they've got a vision, and then they say, okay, here's what it's going to look like in 3 years. Here's what it's going to look like in 5. If something they've got contingency plans on top of contingency plans. They're talking about Enid Springs Road, for example. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. They just did a huge extension of Enid Springs Road to connect it out to Rocky Fork. Well, part of the plan is in the next 5 to 10 years, that's going to be a straight shot into Williamson County.
Oh, snap.
Really?
Yes.
No kidding. Okay.
It's going to be awesome.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see how that would work. Yeah.
They've been in the land acquisition phase for a while now, and they've got almost everything that they need. And it'll just be you'll drive right into Williamson County up Enid Springs Road.
Wow. That's amazing.
Shoot.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is, right?
Yeah.
But that's foresight,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I know there's one that pops up every now and then, and I personally think this would be awesome if it ever came to fruition. But remember the whole train? If they did that
I'm for it.
I thought that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right. If I ever had to go to Nashville, boom, there you go.
I've heard so much debate on that, and I've never understood until somebody kind of explained it a little bit better to me. You're going to attempt commuter trains, and so you pick the least populous county around Nashville to start in with the Music City Star.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's and then you complain that ridership's down. I'm like, well, duh.
There's no one there.
But one of the biggest issues is that CSX owns the line that runs through Rutherford County. It is not government. It is CSX.
Yeah.
And from 100 years ago, that ownership is you can't infringe on it.
Yeah, I got you.
So you almost have to run something parallel to it, or you have to get permission to use that, and they don't want to tie up their. I mean, that's literally lifeblood. It's veins.
Right.
So I think that they're going to try to work some of that stuff out. But I think it'd be awesome to have a commuter train run.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm finding
that'd be awesome.
I
You could
personally
just
think it would be
get there 15 or 30 minutes, just straight shot.
That's like
not
the ultimate,
stopping at
that's
all.
like the ultimate Uber.
Yeah, right. I know. That
be,
is like concerts.
You hear that Uber?
Yeah.
You know you got the money. You got
An Uber train.
Dude. Can you imagine that? Oh. Didn't Uber just come out with the little
they're doing that.
Segway things too?
And
What?
They have.
I saw like an advertisement for it.
I know they have a
Uber's
helicopter in some of the big cities.
Yeah, they're getting big in freight and transport, all mass transportation. So I could see that.
I
totally see that.
I loved when Uber was just
a little taxi company.
A little rideshare program. Here you
it's
go.
Taxis.
Kaboom.
Now it's everything.
I wonder if I can somehow sign up to be an Uber train driver.
That'd be sweet.
I've always wanted to do that.
Get like $20 every time. Man, that would add up quick.
Yeah,
man.
right? You imagine that?
Dang,
Shoot.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I want to be an Uber train driver. That's awesome.
Well, I noticed just over the years of of doing these construction updates and people asking questions and stuff. And I won't say all of them, but a whole bunch of things that people would quote things and say, "Oh, that'll never happen. Oh, that'll never happen." Fast forward, it's actually happening right now.
That's happening right now. Yeah.
There's some construction spots going on. People are like, they'll never sell that land. That's family land. They're going to hold on to it. Oh, guess what? They're plowing it right now.
Right.
They're grading
Exactly.
the land, and for townhomes.
Well, and that's that's a trap that real estate agents sometimes fall in is sell this house and it's got whatever farm behind it, and it's like, oh, they'll never build on that. I tell people all the time, unless the government owns that property or it is a cliff, Right. And even there, at some point,
hey, we'll
somebody
get creative.
will figure it out. That's right.
I've seen houses on it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Growing up in Asheville, man.
Yes,
There
exactly.
you go, right? Yeah.
Right on the side of a mountain, no problem.
But unless the government owns that land, we can't ever say it'll never get built on.
That's fair.
You can't do that.
Oh yeah. Well, heck, and then we're finding like even at like 231 out, like say if you're heading out towards Shelbyville, I didn't realize, it may look like a little side road, but then you take the side road and go back, and all of a sudden there's just boom, this massive neighborhood just popped up, and you're like,
where did that come from?
Yeah, like I sold his farm, and you're like, oh, okay,
that'll do it.
Yeah. Well, and Rutherford County years and years and years ago figured out that if the county is gonna grow, not just the municipalities, they have to kind of perfect the step system. Because it's always about waste management,
It
right?
sure is. Yeah.
And individual septic tanks in Rutherford County are very difficult because we live on a giant rock, and so they figured out we can do these step systems, and so consolidated utility has become huge in the growth of neighborhoods out on Grandpa's farm, out in Rockville or whatever. So that's a pretty cool thing that I think they've done. Depends on which developer you ask. They've done right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I got you.
Some developers would disagree with me, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's and to the point in the beginning, some of this may be subjective.
Yeah, very much subjective.
Yeah, the views expressed in the Murfreesboro.com 2.0 podcast.
Thank you for that. Yeah, our disclaimer there. We'll put that at the bottom.
Are not necessarily representative of, anybody.
Yeah.
But,
Except us. Compliance is not that strict on our end.
Yeah, we just roll with it, folks. That's what we got. But
that's
there's
awesome.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of questions we get of with people from certain areas of the country, and this one I don't know the answer to this one, but where we always hear like California and New Jersey or something like that, but where's most of the people coming from right now? Is that it? California, New Jersey? Have you seen? Because I know you've seen a lot of them.
Yeah, it's funny. They get the publicity, right?
Yeah, I got you.
But the reality is, man, people are coming
everywhere.
from everywhere.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I mean, we've got folks coming from Michigan, Wisconsin,
Indiana,
New York. A bunch from Ohio. There is a bunch of Ohioans.
Really?
Is that the word? Ohioans?
I think so.
Here.
And
I don't blame it.
Yeah, California, that entire West Coast. I mean, it's just, and it's for every reason that you just mentioned. Great healthcare, great access. We have seasons. I hear that one a bunch, right?
Yeah.
If I never have to deal with another Michigan snowstorm, it'll be too soon.
Exactly.
That kind of thing. And, we had a guy that relocated here from Rockville, and we sold this. We had the listing. It was this beautiful house in Rockville Meadows, 2-point-something acres. I can't remember.
Oh,
wow. Nice.
3,200 square feet, beautiful home. I thought we were pushing the market at I think we were at $495 or something. And he comes in, and it's like the greatest deal of his life, because he sold a house that was on 0.2 acres,
right?
Oh, wow.
That was all vinyl siding, and for $550 is what he sold it for, but it was only like 1,900 square feet.
Jeez, that's wild.
And
man.
his property taxes were like $30,000 a year.
Jeez.
That's a car.
Yeah, right.
That's a decently nice car.
Very nice car. Yeah.
I love what you said. That this was a little bit ago, but you had a client or something you were working with, and somebody was like, God, you said you had low property taxes here and this and that. And you're like, no, that's the annual taxes.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a month.
Right.
And they were like, this because they were used to paying like an absorbent amount of tax.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's all relative, know. And some of our folks that have been here a long time, they're like, oh, these
property
prices
taxes
are out of control and whatever. They just doubled our property taxes. Well, they doubled it from $1,200 to $2,400. That's a lot, right? Or it's not. It doesn't. The math doesn't always work out that way, but still. Compare that to like anywhere else.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
And especially compare that to anywhere else with the amenities that you have available.
Exactly.
Yeah. And just to kind of going off that comment with people moving to the area from out of state.
Yeah.
Man, it's, we've been doing a lot of job postings and things like that through the website and on, the videos we do. But there are, I didn't realize how many massive companies, like global companies, have a presence here.
Yeah.
Not just in Rutherford County, but surrounding as well. But I mean, like just take Rich Products, for example. We did a job posting for them, a couple weeks ago.
They're huge.
They're gigantic.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so is this your main office? They're like, no, the main office is such and such this, but we've got offices in Germany and this and that. And I went, oh, wait, what? And she said, we've got, 10,000 employees. There's 350 here. This one. Whoa. I was like,
well, think about it, man. Again, you go back to access to transportation, right? And I mean, Smyrna Airport, Murfreesboro Airport just did a huge expansion, rail, even waterways, right? There is a little bit of that. And if not, it's close. You can get to Memphis, in a few hours. You got 3 interstates that converge, right? I mean, transportation is huge.
Yeah.
And then think about this from a strategic perspective for your big companies. The quality of life here compared to just about anywhere else. Again, access to healthcare, access to recreation facilities, access to, great schools, all of that stuff. And we're extremely business friendly as far as from the chamber and the county and the cities go. They will give some tax incentives. They will help out with companies moving big headquarters here. It's a no-brainer for a lot of companies.
Yeah, that's one thing I do just because it never fails. Obviously Costco's open now. And went this weekend shopping first time. It was actually,
I haven't been yet. I'm waiting for the crowds to die down.
Actually, we went Sunday around the time they opened. It wasn't too bad, but as we were leaving, it was like all of Murfreesboro was coming.
Church let out.
There you go. That's right.
World Outreach is around the corner.
That's right. Uh-oh, here they come.
They must be in between services.
Yeah, right. That's fun. But I know a lot of people, there's always comments on anything we post with Costco. Be like, yeah, they gave them all these tax breaks and this, and of course they came here and this and that. But on the flip side of that, you dig a little deeper, there's a whole lot that Costco and these other companies that they're coming are doing for the community, and on top of that, they created however many jobs, and I won't say the number, but from what I understand, what I read, Costco pays their employees quite well, and so they their standard of living is good, and they have these great jobs and benefits and yada yada yada. But
and they don't import most of their employees. I mean, that's the other thing, right?
Oh, they went on a massive hiring.
Exactly.
That was cool. You'd see signs everywhere. They were. I thought that was pretty.
Dude,
cool.
they had little stations. I saw one at Andy's Custard on Memorial. The guy was sitting there.
Yeah, right.
Hang on a sec. Let me dwell on Andy's for a second.
I know. Right?
Oh no,
yes,
so good.
Stuff.
Yes, thank you.
Chocolate concrete.
Please don't start. Oh god,
John's like, I'm gonna eat better. And then he shows up with donuts.
I know. We were talking about eating better this morning. Here's a donut.
Classic.
Damn you, Andy's. Come on, you and your yummy
Deliciousness.
but yeah, but all the stuff that people don't see that they're doing for the community and this and that, and I mean they give back in a lot of ways, and they donate money to charity and this and that, and so it's that's stuff people don't see,
right?
But they instantly jump on. Oh, they gave them this huge tax break,
as they should. I mean,
well, and the tax break, I had that explained to me. It's not exactly a tax break. They're still paying taxes.
Yes.
It's just that they defer some of those taxes from the improvements that they put on the land in order to build it. So it's not like they're just getting out of taxes.
Right.
Yeah. Well, look at the roads around there and all the
all the stuff that's right there.
That's right there. Yeah, they had to do a lot of that.
I was going to say a lot of times they're the ones that pay for some of the infrastructure as well. So it's not as we tend to cook things down into sound bites. And it's just not.
So true,
it is always more complicated.
Oh yeah, I love it. There's a couple Facebook pages and Instagram accounts I've seen that where they kind of poke fun at certain things happening around town, but then people will take it as the gospel.
Right.
You realize that's a joke. That's not true. Whatever. But
dude, just a little
they busted you on one of those the other day.
They're
funny, man.
Dude, those guys are funny though. Actually, I've reached out to them. I was like, man, we need to go to lunch or something. You guys make me laugh. But
Murfreesboro boy trying to make it in the big town or something.
Yeah,
they got us.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I can drive to Nashville. Leave me alone. That was funny.
That's good stuff.
But yeah, so we get just so many questions of that sort of stuff, and then do you? I know we've been riding the wave for quite a while. Do you see any type of?
It's not slowing down.
No, man.
There's too much growth. Too much.
And
all
here's
the things
the thing.
you mentioned,
Think about this. So for a long, long time, when they do the cost of living index, right, 1.0 is the baseline. Sorry about that, y'all. 1.0 is the baseline. Middle Tennessee has been sitting at like a 0.89 to 0.91, so we're below the national cost of living index. We're just now starting to hit closer to that 1.0. So if you've lived here and you've seen stuff go up, you've seen prices go up, it's just remember it's all relative. Yeah, it's big for the people that live here, but on a national level, I mean, we're really kind of catching up. Right now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, will it slow down? I mean, it's going to take something
massive,
catastrophic. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it can't, and I'm not saying it won't, because at some point it will.
Yeah.
but I just don't see it
For the
for a while.
foreseeable,
Yeah.
Now, do you think like when we hit that point, will it just be like the new norm, or will it like dip off, or what do you think?
I don't think we're going to see something, and we can do an entire probably hour on this. I don't think that we're in a bubble per se, right? So, you look at 09, and I'll just give you some high points. You look at 09 and 08 and 09, and a lot of what drove that was really irresponsible lending.
Yeah.
And we're just not doing that right now. I mean, it's harder to get a loan than it has been in a long time. Stated income was a thing back then. There's no way that's going to happen now.
That's still so crazy.
I know, right?
Yeah,
1.6 million. Just don't check anything.
Just don't check my account.
Yeah, see, here's my pay stub, and they write it on a piece of notebook paper. And it's like,
Trent, $1 million.
that's right.
Give you a post-it. Here
You
go.
misspell your own name. But anyway, it's crazy. So, those practices are good. There's a lot of things that people are doing right to make us not have
That's the thing.
that dip again.
Yeah.
So I think what'll happen most likely is if we're plotting out our appreciation right now, it's like this, right?
Yeah.
And so it's, we're anywhere, depending on the sub market, 10 to 14 or 15%, like in a starter homes. I think what we'll see is it'll return more to norm. So it'll go to like a 2 to 4% appreciation. The thing is, from our human perspective, that's going to feel like we've dipped.
Yeah.
But really, all we've done is flattening it out.
Leveling it out. Okay, gotcha.
I don't see us just dropping. I just don't see it.
Yeah,
not
I
for a
gotcha.
long, long time.
Yeah. I hope not, because
I agree with that, yeah.
My house just gained a whole bunch of equity. I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
Good job. Great work.
That's right. But let me add some stuff to it real quick, see what it does now. But
And that's actually another thing. I think it was last quarter or the quarter before, there was a report released about how Americans are sitting on more untapped equity in their homes than ever before.
Right.
really, no kidding.
Dang, that's crazy.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah. So, dang.
What does that even mean?
Well, that means that if we do,
My simple brain, I'm like, whoa.
well, what that means is if we have a dip, if that does happen, if I'm wrong,
we have
do
that
dip,
nest egg, right?
nobody's got to lose their house.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
right,
Okay.
yeah, I got
That's
it.
what that means.
Okay, right.
So
Glad we broke that down. Thank you.
I mean, that's a good thing. That should
That's a
make you
great
feel
thing,
good
yeah,
about,
absolutely.
no. You remember what was that? No fear. Remember the shirts and the
Yeah, no
shirt?
fear shirts. Yeah.
Man, those were classy.
Classic.
Hey, I saw a store the other day in Gatlinburg that still are in a Pigeon Forge that still had Big Johnson T-shirts.
Yo,
Really?
winning.
I'm lying. I'm dying.
Wow. Man, you could count on that at Roses. You all have a Roses?
Yeah. Dude, I would get one of those
you
just
could
for the heck of it.
Yeah, you
Just-
could get you could always count on Looney Tunes clothing. Some No Fear at Roses. can't count for much else. Like, you just need a light bulb. Nope, you got Looney Tunes clothing. Sorry.
No, it's right. Speaking of shirts, I just got to throw this one out there. My 14, almost 15-year-old Emma comes downstairs the other day in a Metallica Kill 'Em All
Wow.
You're
shirt.
doing things right,
And
my
dude,
friend.
I just looked at her. I was like, Emma, you know, we're family. I love you and all, but you just went up like 2 notches. I was like,
You did.
I was like, and where did you get that shirt? Like,
Online.
Now, has she actually
Amazon.
listened to the whole album though?
no, she was just like, it fits. I like it. I was like, well, I'm gonna
Vintage.
introduce you to. What
You
this
got
album
You got to
is.
fix that one.
It's
like
vintage.
today.
I know, right?
Yeah,
That's
Throw
awesome.
on some No Remorse. From,
yeah.
That-
You can't wear the shirt if you don't know the songs.
Right?
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
That's
Doesn't
what
work
we
out.
call a poser.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Buy the book. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how that
Yeah.
works. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Sorry, Emma, don't watch this today.
You're not a full poser, Emma. It's okay.
You were uneducated. John has not done his job.
That's my fault.
Fully.
My bad. I know, right?
Man.
But one more question I've been getting a lot of actually, especially recently, is the new development going up over on the square, the 11-story
Yeah, yeah.
tall, right where the church was.
It's going to be awesome, y'all.
I
I
think that's
can't
going to be really
wait.
cool. But do you think that's a start?
It should be.
More.
It absolutely is. So
Okay.
there's another one that's in the works that's still in the planning phase on the other side of the square.
How did I not
Over
know
on
this?
Maney. I don't know.
How did I
where
not
you
know
been,
that?
dude?
I don't know. Fill me in. All right, let's go.
I don't know a lot of details. I only heard about it last week, but they're in the initial phase, which it takes
Yeah,
a year or two to get some of that stuff done. But yeah, so the plans for the the one where the church is. Was it One East College? Is
Yeah,
that what
I
it's
think
called?
so, yeah.
Or something like that. That place is going to be awesome, y'all, and that is exactly the kind of thing that's going to revitalize and drive people back into our historic and quite honestly, it's a romantic downtown.
Yeah.
I love our downtown. Obviously, I'd live here,
Right? Yeah.
But it's what breathes life and identity into a town.
Yeah.
You know,
I
because
gotcha.
that is. I mean, look at good gracious. Go to Shacklett's one day and just sit with them and go through some of the picture
Oh, they've got
archives.
those old photos.
They've got like, I don't even remember now. Bill told me one time it's like 75,000 old photographs, and it's incredible to look at. Hey, this is right there, and this is what they did right there.
Wow.
You know, that was a livery stable, and that was the little block where they hung the criminals, and that was the. I mean, it's
Damn.
like wow, that's
cool.
cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
not that people got hung, but
Right.
you know,
No, I know what you mean.
Right.
Yeah.
That
there's-
people still existed back then. Yep.
yeah.
There's
And
a-
it wasn't really that long ago.
I know.
Not
That's
really.
wild.
100 years isn't
Yeah.
that long.
Dang, 100 years. Yeah.
Yep, baby town. Everybody.
Yeah.
There's a Facebook
Wow.
group. I can't remember what it's like. Murfreesboro Old Photography.
Yeah,
or
Bill
something like
Jakes runs that.
Is that okay? Gotcha. But and some of the pictures they've posted, I've seen. I mean, like horse and carriage going down, and then but if you look at the picture, you're like, oh, that's Main Street. Like,
Yeah.
well, what is today Main Street?
We had a trolley system, y'all. A horse-drawn trolley system.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
No.
It's a fact. So if you get into that at all, I would encourage you to go on a Saturday morning over to the what's the name of the school? Forgive me, Frank. If you're watching, you're going to beat
Shouts
me.
to Frank.
I get it.
We'll
But
put it in the
anyway,
comments.
Frank, the
later.
camera guy.
that's right. Murfreesboro Historical or the Rutherford County Historical Society membership's $25 a year.
Oh, snap.
So go join it. And they every Saturday morning they break out the coffee pot and they lay pictures out on the table.
Dang, that's
And they
cool.
tell
That's
stories.
neat. Oh,
Dang,
really
that's
cool.
a podcast right there.
I'm telling you,
Shoot.
it's awesome.
Speaking of
Dude,
that,
what is that called? We should hit them
Rutherford
up.
County
should go
Historical
do that,
Society.
actually, yeah.
And man, and it's it's everyone from Bill Wilson, Bill Jakes, Frank is
Yeah.
there, and then you get some real old guys, and I'm saying that to Frank in all tongue in cheek
disrespect,
there,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's one thing I miss about, so kind of switching gears, but the Reeve Saint Pharmacy when it was open.
Yeah.
I was always told, and I went in one time, and sure enough, these guys were there. But it was like every day, every morning, these elderly gentlemen would go in there, but they were like in their 70s, 80s, 90s, some of them. And they would just sit there and just reminisce and tell old stories. And they're like, anybody who wants to come up and talk to them, they'll talk to.
That's awesome.
And I would hear them.
That happens at City Cafe too.
Does it? Well, I could totally see that. There we go.
125? 125 years? Is that right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Longest operating, continuously operating restaurant in Tennessee.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, in all of Tennessee? Wow.
Yeah, and you got to love them over there too. With do you remember, when COVID and all
Yeah.
the, everything, and they put that post out and was like, look, we're gonna be, take the course of what COVID's going to drive us to, or we got to do this. And the community came out in droves.
Rallied
It was
behind
like,
it.
nope, you are not leaving.
Yeah,
And
you're
it was-
fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah,
Not
right.
in my house.
Yeah, it just shows what a great community we live in too.
That's awesome.
But how they did. God, I saw the pictures online. I was like, cool. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
They did that one special where everything was $1.25. I thought. Did you see that?
No.
way.
When it was
How did I miss that?
I don't know.
Right, no kidding.
That was so cool. I mean, for the 125th anniversary, they did or maybe not everything, but a lot of things were $1.25. I was
All
like,
right, well,
that's
next
awesome.
year do $1.26.
Yeah, we will be there.
We'll be right there.
Live
You
pod.
might, now that we know about it, you might not want to do that.
Those biscuits, though, man. Those biscuits are
biscuits,
so good.
Be like, we sold out of biscuits too. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, I have no idea.
I'm eating healthier.
Where did all these biscuits go?
It's supposed to be fish and rice. I have biscuits. I'm good. What are you talking about?
I'm going to put some fish on the biscuit.
Yeah, it's brilliant idea. Way to justify that.
Balance.
Thank you,
That's
Mr.
called
Harmon.
balance, okay?
This is how we do a balanced diet, folks.
See, I'm balancing one on each hand.
Yeah, right.
So good. That's good stuff.
Awesome. Well, I know we've gone. I'm gonna check my timer here. I set the timer today.
You
job.
did?
Yep.
That's a
Oh,
good
man.
number. That's a good number.
We're a good number there.
Any other quick fire questions that you?
Well,
wanna
man,
cover?
we just we get a lot of the same repeat ones from people, and I just thought that'd be
That was good.
to talk about.
I feel like we
I'm
educated.
going to throw a couple out there just real fast, okay? And so there's more statements. If you're worried about the market, find a truly competent real estate agent. And let's
J. Harmon Home Team.
Well,
Yep, shameless plug.
it doesn't have to be us, and a lender, a mortgage lender, because those are the
check
two.
the mortgage first.
If you can have an intelligent conversation with them about why we're not in 08, 09 kind of a situation, I think it'll put your fears aside. So that's one. And two is, if you are thinking about getting into that market again, get somebody that's competent and that understands and has perspective on it. I love that people are getting into the industry, and I think though that a lot of folks don't invest the time to gain the perspective.
Yeah,
That just comes with time. Like, you can't really do that without.
It's time and it's purposeful exposure to people that
and
know,
dedicate. Yeah,
right.
You're right.
And so one of the things that we've decided to throw out there, and so somebody's like, "Oh, that's super arrogant." I'm like, "Well, maybe, but it might be helpful." Is if you have that cousin or nephew or whatever that just got licensed, and you need to throw them a bone in order for Thanksgiving dinner to not taste weird. I get it.
we've all been there.
I
very
totally
much
understand
been
it.
there,
I get it. If that is the case, mention to them we are willing to co-list and work with someone, even from another company, so that they can get some experience with
That's cool.
some folks. We take less of the pay. They still get paid. Everybody.
It's just a smoother transaction. Everybody's
It is.
on the same. That's cool.
Part
That's
of
cool
our
y'all do
goal
that.
is to positively impact the overall market.
Love it.
Right? And so it's something that we've decided that we can do and will do. Unless your nephew or whatever is a pain in the neck, in which case we might fire him. But
in that case, no deal. No. Well, that, and also for people listening, watching that don't know, I mean, you teach a lot of the classes for the new agents coming on and whatnot, and so you're extremely knowledgeable about all this stuff.
Teacher by trade, right?
Yeah,
that's correct, and I'm really good at making stuff up.
Well, you're good. Because I remember when I took the class when I got my license a while ago. You have a really good way, and I'm just going to put it bluntly. You dumb it down for us folk. That don't, and you make it easier to follow and understand.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the mark of
sure.
a good teacher is, can you take something that's technical and make it approachable, right?
Yeah.
And it is whatever it is, whether it's building out a podcast, that's your thing, right? And you could probably sit there and give me all the jargon in the world, and I still wouldn't understand what's going on. Yeah. But if you can say, no, you do this, and here's why, and whatever, and I can get it, then that's a good teacher. Yeah. That's someone that really grasps the craft.
Yeah. Well, I still remember one of the first things you said when the class got started and everything, and you're just introducing yourself, and you're like, "All right, everybody, I understand this is probably going to be really boring, but I'm going to do my best to present it in a way that's not so boring." Yeah. And so, but also that we'll understand, and so that's why you are who you are, and you do what you do. I mean,
I appreciate that.
So, J. Harmon Home Team, everybody,
shameless,
right
shameless
Rotary.
and Rotary,
and Rotary. There you go.
Nice.
Speaking of Rotary,
man, shouts to the Rotary, man. Thank you for the opportunity.
That's right.
Yeah, that was really cool.
My man was throwing it down at the Smyrna Rotary. It was awesome.
Yeah.
You had that entire room of people going, podcast.
What does that mean?
It's awesome.
what is this podcast?
Yeah, it was cool. It was a really great group, and that was a cool experience. So grateful for that opportunity.
Shoot, that is. I love your construction update, everybody. It's almost done. STP Productions.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's it.
Is it done?
What are you talking about?
No,
the studio.
Very close.
Okay, gotcha.
We got a desk to put together, get some lights hung up.
Yeah, we got
that's
some
about
work.
it.
I love what you do with the wall.
Yeah,
that was really
and
cool.
We got to tighten that up a little for OCD.
Right, we'll get there. I might be a little bit of a stickler on some.
Trust me.
And I need that help.
It's running just a little uphill.
Yeah. Oh no, or if one letter was like this, I'd be like, nope.
Yeah, well, we're very close.
That's awesome.
Long story short, very close.
Good deal. That's
Studio's
just so cool.
coming soon, man. That's going to be really cool. And Cedar Glade's coming really soon.
Right. We need a construction update on Cedar Glade.
You beat me
and
to
Prohibition.
it. Yep.
And Ambition. Got all the places over there.
Prohibition, Ambition.
All in the same building. Wow.
Damn, we're going to have to come up with a rap for everybody.
I think that's
that I'm not going to do, but I'll help write it.
Yeah, but I'll help write it.
We'll enlist some very good people for that.
Yeah, that's right. We got enough connections now with the music.
Right, yeah, we're good on that. Yeah.
That's
cool. That was good.
Well,
Appreciate
you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, that was wonderful. Any last little tidbits you want to throw out on anything? Or
stay tuned. Big things on deck.
Yep. Oh yeah, I know we do have some cool guests coming later.
Nice.
That just can't in future podcasts because we're working on the timing. Anyways, but y'all will like them. I promise.
Hey, and throw out there, those of you that are watching and listening, if you know somebody that we need to meet,
Oh yeah,
tell
for
us.
sure.
Feedback,
Yeah.
Right?
Any feedback you got, we want
some
it.
small business owners, some movers and shakers, or just some really cool stories.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? I mean, everyday people that have some cool stories. We would love to meet them. I'll give you for example. Okay, so we did our Hero of the Month award on Saturday.
Nice.
Jay Harmon Home Team did, and Marshall Gupton was our Hero of the Month. And you may not know Marshall, but Marshall has been a hospice chaplain.
Oh man,
For like
shouts to him
for
Really?
Wow,
years,
man.
and we started doing the math. This guy has helped 30,000 plus people
Holy
cross
smokes.
over and then minister to the
Wow.
families afterwards.
Bro, that's a, man. I just got
30,000.
chills.
I know. I just read that.
30,000. That is
That's
the
a hero,
population of Laverne, y'all.
Yeah, seriously,
That's a hero.
that's
Shouts
incredible.
to him.
Yeah, right. No
And
kidding.
just the most humble. Like he's like, well, I'm not really a hero. I just did what I was supposed to do. And I'm like,
Shouts to
that's
you.
the
You're a
definition.
hero.
I mean,
yeah, exactly. You're-
hello, you just wrote the dictionary
yeah,
there.
right. Sorry, that's you. There you go.
Good
right
job, man. Marshall. Was that
Gupton.
it?
Marshall
Marshall
Gupton.
Gupton, man. That's
there.
amazing.
Shout out, Marshall. Thank you for what you do.
Yeah.
That's a fun way to end it.
Yeah.
That's feel good.
That's feel good. And wait, your tagline.
Bringing light to what's going right.
There you go.
Let's
All
go.
right,
Let's
cool.
go. Let's go, guys.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. We appreciate it. We'll see y'all next week.